we have come to that point where we must bring in Mr. Drew Prindle for Awesome Tech You Can't Buy Yet. Drew, how you doing?
Not too bad, man. Glad to see you hosting.
I wish I was as glad. No, it's been a very fun morning. What an interesting weekend we had with the splashdown and interesting news coming out about the Pixel 4a. Lots of tech news happening, but let's get down to some super fun products. You always bring the goods. Tell me about the first one you got today.
All right, so since it's like camping season and it's summer and stuff, let's talk about the Campster chair. So this thing it's a little bit different than the camp chairs that you've probably seen, and for some reason, probably just because it's summer, there are a ton of these on Kickstarter and Indiegogo right now. But this one I think is it's a little bit special. So it's an ultralight camp chair, but it's kind of in the middle. It's not the lightest one I've ever seen. You can get ones that are under a pound, but those ones typically you have to put together with like super lightweight, like tent poles, and they only have 2 feet, and they don't have like a full size back. So you're basically compromising like comfort in order to shave like a pound or two off of it. But this one doesn't do that. It's 2 pounds, but it has a full back and it has this like telescoping system and it collapses and opens. Super simple. You don't have to like fit poles into little notches or anything like that or stretch the fabric. You basically just pull it out of the case and extend it and it's ready to sit in, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, I'll have one of those, please. Like, first of all, I love how, compact it is. And yet, as you said, it's not a compromised chair. You get that full back, and it's a normal height. With something that small, I can basically stick that in my camping gear or my pack, forget about it, and it'll always be there for me. I actually went camping recently and I forgot my camp chair, so I spent the entire time on a really uncomfortable stone. This looks
Yep.
way better than that. That looks like
Yeah.
a cool product.
Just the fact that it's like the size of a water bottle is what caught my eye. I was like, my God, like I have a small one, but it's considerably bigger than that even. And it's unruly. Like you saw that video of the guy fumbling with a bunch of poles. That's me every time that I have to bust out my camp chair. So yeah, this one is definitely worth looking into if you like to go camping on the weekends.
So, I mean, the name of the segment is Awesome Tech You Can't Buy Yet. So I assume I can't actually buy this yet. But if I wanted to get into it, where would I go?
This one is on Indiegogo. It's currently going for around, I think it's $79 for the super early bird backer. There's apparently only 5 of those left. But yeah, hit up Indiegogo. It's already fully funded, so while it's not like guaranteed that they're actually going to follow through and manufacture it, these guys have made collapsible chairs in the past, so they kind of know what they're doing. It's a fairly safe bet that they're going to deliver on it. So yeah, that's where to go.
Yeah, you always got to be cautious with the crowdfunding stuff. But as you said, this one looks like a pretty safe bet. Cool. What's next?
All right. This next one is one of those things where you're like, wait a minute, like, how has this never been made before? It's an electric scrubber. Hold on, I'm blanking on the name. It's got a weird one. No, it's Skadu is what it's called. It's got this little. It looks like an electric shaver, but instead of like blades, it's got scrubber pads. So what is it? It's basically an electric sponge, which like I was like, this has to have been invented before, right? And like sort of like there have been a couple attempts at making it, but for the most part, electric scrubbers are designed either for your floor or for like your toilet. But this one is specifically designed for like the kitchen and like scrubbing dishes and pots and pans and countertops and stuff like that. Um, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It's kind of like an electric toothbrush. It's got like the little head that you can swap out and exchange when one gets too old and you need like a fresh scrubbing surface. But yeah, you hit the button, it spins like super high RPMs or whatever, and just makes cleaning surfaces easier than ever.
I am also getting this one. Drew, basically, I'm going to be broke when this segment is over. That looks fantastic. I can definitely get behind a product like that, especially like post camping when your camp stove and all your pots and pans are crusted over with like hamburger helper and stuff. Like this looks like
Yep.
it could actually get it off.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. It is portable too, so presumably you could take this wherever you go, outdoors, indoors, wherever you may be.
Just for the record, I eat more than Hamburger Helper when I'm camping, but that looks killer. The next one that you've got for us, Drew, you kind of tease it as Tamagotchi for hackers, and I'm trying to imagine what this is in my head, and I can't. So tell about it.
Yes, it's super weird. This is definitely one of those things that you can only find on like Kickstarter and Indiegogo. This is not something that you would just like come across in like a store. So that's basically what it is. It's a hacker tool. Think of it as like a multi-tool for hackers. But the Tamagotchi thing is that's like a weird element to it. So it's got all these like radio protocol things. It's basically designed for penetration testing of like wireless devices. So you could use it to hack into garage door openers and like I don't know cars and bike locks and anything else that uses a wireless signal or whatever. It's designed for that, but it's also got this like gamified element. So it's this little dolphin that like pushes you, and the way that you feed it is by like hacking into stuff and playing around with the devices around you. And if you don't do that, it like it's not happy, and it makes dolphin noises at you. I guess it's so weird. You have to check out the video because I'm probably doing a terrible job of explaining what it is, but the video does a great job.
Don't make the dolphin mad. That is a good life rule in general, I think, Drew. Wow. Talking about this, it makes me realize, you've got NFC chips implanted in your hands. I wonder if I could hack your hands with this device. And maybe
I mean, you'd have to get real close. Maybe you could. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if you could, but you'd have to be right up on me, and I don't know if I would allow that.
no. Physical distancing measures are very much in place, and we're not going there. But it's a fun idea all the same. Well, Drew, thank you so much for joining us for another great segment of Awesome Tech You Can't Buy Yet. I hope you have a fantastic week and take care.
Yeah, thanks, man.